Hello again, everybody, and Happy New Year! Yes, the Zack Attack is here with the first attack line of 2013, New Year's Day, January 1st. I hope everyone had a great New Year's Eve and hope everyone's enjoying the new year thus far. It's only a day into the new year, but I'm already enjoying my 2013 and enjoyed ringing it in, and ending 2012 at the same time with my New Year's Eve party last night. Yes, I DJ'd a New Year's Eve party. This is the third year in a row I've done the same party for a friend of my best customer, Mary Morellan's friend's uncles, that lets us rent his house every year. And it was we've done this party for 3 years, and it's probably the best New Year's Eve party we haven't done. We got them dancing nonstop, mostly for at least 2 hours. It was crazy. There was a lot of people there. Everyone was drunk out of their minds. Going to 2013, everyone wanted to get wasted and stuff for 2013. It was a great, fun party. Various sets throughout the evening. We did a rock set. We did a disco set. New stuff. Dominated. A lot of stuff. Ruled the floor. Even played some new slow songs that I've never tried before, including Crazy for You Madonna, which was good. And I think we ended at 1:30. It was the last gig of 2012, and it was a great way to end the biggest year of my DJing career. 114 gigs I did in 2012. I did 99 in 2011. So I'm happy I had a great year in 2012 when it comes to DJing. And I want to thank everybody who came to all my gigs, and also thanking all of you for watching all my videos throughout the last year. And get ready to buckle up your seatbelts for a bumpy ride going into 2013 with all the news on entertainment, and of course news on me, DJ Zack Attack, and my DJing happenings, including finally ending my tour YOLO, which is up to gig number 35 right now on the tour. We'll do gig number 36 this upcoming Friday, the 36th and final show of the YOLO tour, which will make the tour, YOLO, the biggest tour of my DJing career. Right now at 35, YOLO is currently tied with my Summer Jubilee tour. I do everything in tours. So it's tied with the summer tour with 35 shows each. So break the tie, YOLO will, on Friday with the 36th and final show at the Romeo basketball game against Stevenson. First basketball game of the season for me. It'll be my sixth season. Alright. Now with DJing out of the way, on with the entertainment news of the week. The last couple of days, starting with your number one movie. Yes, still number one, but not a lot of competition. The Hobbit retained number one. I think it's like 3 or 4 weeks. It always happens. Like when you end the year, the number one movie to end the year is usually number one for a couple weeks in the new year. I think Meet the Parents and sequel, Meet the Fockers was like number one for like 3 or 4 weeks in a row. And same with The Hobbit. The Hobbit will probably be number one for a few more weeks. I'm trying to think of what could kick it off, because this upcoming Friday will be Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Could be a big number one. And also Gangsta Squad's coming, so hopefully the next couple of weeks, Hobbit will be kicked off. So, there you go. Hobbit's still number one. Now on to what is indeed has been the biggest entertainment news of the last 3 days. Yes, Kanye West knocked up Kim Kardashian. Yes, it was revealed over the New Year's Eve that Kim and Kanye are expecting a baby. Yes, the couple's not married yet. Announced their pregnancy on New Year's Eve, early New Year's Eve morning, by Kim tweeting, "It's true. Kanye and I are expecting a baby." Kim wrote, entry was on her website, now her Twitter page. She wrote in a statement, like I said, on the website, "We feel so blessed and lucky and wish that in addition to both of our families, his mom and dad could be here to celebrate this special time with us." Of course, I think Kanye's mom died a few years ago, as we all know, from that plastic surgery issue. But I think Kanye's probably happy about it. But like Kim said, they both wish that his mom was here to live here, to enjoy the blessing of Kanye's upcoming baby. Of course, Kim wrote, looking forward to great new beginnings in 2013 into starting a family. Happy New Year. So, there you go. And even Kanye announced it first on Sunday night at a concert by saying that, and now she's having my baby in the middle of the song, Wondering. And then, of course, Kim's family all tweeted out, like Chris and Courtney and Chloe, all excited about the upcoming baby for Kim and Kanye. So, indeed, congrats to Kim and Kanye. Of course, we all know Kim had a 73-day marriage last year to Chris Humphries. And hopefully, if she does get married to Kanye after this baby, especially with this baby, hopefully her marriage to Kanye will last just a little longer. And hopefully, unfortunately, Kim could be one of Kanye's songs, a gold digger. Anyway, so congrats to Kim, congrats to Kanye for that big announcement of Kim having a baby. Speaking of big, Kim will get big soon. Anyway, congrats to them. Alright, of course, mentioned last night was New Year's Eve. Of course, I was celebrating it at a New Year's Eve party. Many people were watching New Year's Eve at home, like they always do, especially watching the ball drop in New York City. It was kind of emotional, New York City New Year's Eve, as it was the first one without Dick Clark, who, of course, died earlier this year of complications due to a stroke a few years back. And I'm hearing that I did see bits of it, because I was at this party, and they had a big screen TV in the back of this bar here, a nice house. This New Year's Eve party I've done for 3 years. It was a nice house, it's in a nice subdivision, and they have a big TV in the back, and they have the New Year's Eve for Dick Clark. I saw bits and pieces of it, because I wanted to watch that, to watch the countdown. And there was a big performance, like Flo Rida was there, Psy was there with MC Hammer and Taylor Swift, and helped, and of course, also helped me with the whole Dick Clark's dead thing. Sad to happen. But they're saying that Dick Clark's New Year's Rocking Eve without Dick Clark, first one with Ryan Seacrest fully taking over, became the highest rated New Year's Eve for ABC since 2000. 12 years. Well, 13 now. Counting 2013 now. Wow, that's huge. For that, so there you go. New Year's Eve, New York style. Without Dick Clark, big ratings for ABC. Now, on with news on Green Day. It's been a rough 2012 for Green Day. They hoped they had a great 2012. Unfortunately, the year didn't end up the way they wanted it. Of course, Green Day was, of course, preparing a huge promotional blitz for the Triple Threat album trilogy, Uno, Dos, and Tres. Unfortunately, that plan kind of backfired, with Billie Joe Armstrong having to go to rehab following an incident at the iHeart Music Festival, which some are still debating whether or not it was staged or not. But indeed, Billie Joe's been in rehab and had to cancel some tour dates, but now Green Day will be returning to touring in April. They announced late last night that they are going back on the road, starting in April in Chicago. No Detroit date yet. Probably going to add that in the second leg of this tour that was supposed to happen a long while ago. Of course, Green Day and Billie Joe both released statements saying thanks to the fans for sticking it out with them for the last couple months with this whole Billie Joe rehab thing. And that they're all looking forward to going back on the road and playing music live, especially the new music from Uno, Dos, and Tres. All 3 albums have been released. Of course, Tres had to be released last month instead of this month to make up for the lack of touring. So there you go. Green Day returns to the road this April. So there you go. And I can say this April because we're in 2013 now. So I got to remember that now. Next couple of days. Now, on with sports. College bowls are going on, including MSU winning the B-Dubs Bowl this past Saturday. But of course, we got pro football. This past Sunday was the very last football day of the NFL regular season. Now, good news and the bad news. Bad news is the Lions lost yet again, getting the butts whipped by the Bears. The good news out of that game between the Bears and the Lions is that with the Bears win over the Lions, the good news was the Giants were out. Giants are out of the playoffs. Yay! But the bad news is, thanks to the Green Bay loss against the Vikings, Chicago's out of the playoffs. And of course, many teams, including Chicago, as of course the playoff picture. I'll get to the playoff picture in a moment. But teams like Chicago, who didn't make the playoffs, cleaned house. As yes, Yovi Smith was fired after 9 seasons with the Bears, despite taking the Bears to the Super Bowl. I think the failure of making it to the playoffs for the last couple of seasons, especially when Bears were like number 1, number 2 in the division, and a chance to be wild card, Lovie Smith kind of blew it on that. So Lovie Smith got fired. Maybe Rob Marinelli could be the new coach, but a lot of people got fired besides Lovie Smith, including Andy Reid being fired from the Eagles after the Eagles sucked this season. Surprised Jim Schwartz wasn't fired, or anybody from the Bears, anyone from the Lions fired. Well, maybe the firing when it comes to players will take place next couple weeks. Trade soon. Anyway, so who knows who will be the new coach for the Bears? Rob Marinelli could be, but hopefully get a good new coach. Lovie was good, but it's just sad that the Bears had to fire up the 9th season. You know, he led the Super Bowl, 2 NFC title games, but made it to the Super Bowl in a while. So I think we'll see what happens. See what happens. Also, Chargers coach got fired. But I'm surprised that the Jets did still GM, yet Rex Ryan's still in as coach. I'm also surprised Cowboys didn't fire their coach either. So there you go now with the firings taken care of. Now we get the playoff picture. Now we got the wild card games happening with the Packers and Vikings rematch this upcoming Saturday night. And also we have the Bengals and the Texans also playing in wild cards. And also Colts and Ravens, and Redskins and Seahawks all in the wild card games. And also making the playoffs will be, of course, the Pats, the 49ers, and many other teams are in the playoffs. The teams I'm cheering on 2 teams in the AFC and 2 teams in the NFC. My 2 AFC teams are the Pats, and oddly or not, because you probably see my videos on here, I hate the Giants. I hate Eli Manning. Well, I'm cheering on his brother for the first time ever, Peyton Manning and the Broncos. I like a good comeback story. I was a Peyton hater because he beat the Bears in the Super Bowl when Bears won the Super Bowl a couple years back. But I like a good comeback story for Peyton. So they're going to have 2 AFC teams. But 2 NFC teams are the 49ers. And I was going to cheer on the Bears, but since the Bears are now out, I am cheering on the Falcons. Since as a devoted Bears fan, I would never cheer on the Packers. Although I kind of did cheer them on Sunday because I wanted the Packers to win. Because if the Packers would have won, Bears would have gotten the wild card. But Vikings won. So Vikings are now on the wild card instead of the Bears. Sucks. So there you go. So that's my 4 teams I'm cheering on for the playoffs. And hope all 4 of my teams win it. So I think Pats get a bye week. So does 49ers and Broncos. And all the teams I'm picking, all 4 teams are having a bye week this week. So there you go. Thoughts on NFL firings. And of course, heading towards the playoffs with wild cards starting this Saturday. Now, on with my thoughts, reading the results of WWE Raw, which was taped again this week. Christmas Eve was taped, which ended up being the last Raw for me for 2012. And I didn't get to see Raw last night because of my good, but I read the results already. And doing Raw last night, we crowned, yes, a new Intercontinental Champion, Wade Barrett defeating Kofi Kingston. The IC title, some people's getting buried. And we'll see if, especially after Cody Rhodes brought back the old school style belt. So, we'll see what Wade Barrett can do as IC champion. And hopefully it could give Wade Barrett a big push like he was destined for last year until he got injured. Other news during last night's Raw, including John Cena announcing that he will, yes, be in the Royal Rumble. Hopefully, he will lose. And whoever wins the Royal Rumble, hopefully, they will win at WrestleMania. Of course, last year's Royal, not going to say last year because it's 2013. Last year's winner, Sheamus, broke the Royal Rumble curse by being the first person since The Undertaker to win the Royal Rumble and win their title match at WrestleMania. Since Taker, everyone's lost. And I think they're still going to check CM Punk if he's medically cleared. Of course, Punk, hopefully medically cleared, will take on Ryback next week in a TLC match of the first Raw of 2013. And also other matches I read, including Miz and John Cena. Yes, odd pairing. Cena and Miz, who used to hate each other. Now that Miz is a face. You know, now to pretend to be friends. Anyway, they defeated Team World Scholars. And also we saw Sheamus against Dolph Ziggler in a DQ with the Shield interfering. And even, I can't believe this actually happened. Ricardo Rodriguez took a Big Show in a disqualification finish. So that's kind of a stupid matchup there. So there you go. That's a little bit of Raw results. So I missed it. Of course, next week, Raw, Punk and Ryback for the title. Hopefully, maybe The Rock will show up. That's what I'm hearing. Rock's going to show up a lot to start his feud with Punk, heading towards their match at the Royal Rumble. Well, if Punk ends up losing the Ryback, which probably won't happen next week. I smell the Shield interfering next week for damn show involving Punk and Ryback. In the TLC match if Punk gets medically cleared, which he probably will. Alright, that is it for the Atakline first one of 2013. See you all later. And for the first time in the year 2013, you've all been attacked by the news from Zach. Thank you all very much. Once again, Happy New Year. Happy 2013. Happy, yeah.